I knew I really loved the gorge, but I didn't know how much. And it wasn't until the fire, where people thought they could lose it all, that they really understood how fragile, how vulnerable, um, and it really caused thousands of people to give. Labor Day weekend of 2017, a fire started about a mile up the Eagle Creek Trail. It was started by some teenagers throwing fireworks down into the forested ravine. It took off, and the fire continued for about 3 weeks. It burned over 48,000 acres. One evening, the fire moved over 12 miles. It was a real concern because you had towns like Cascade Locks that were right at the edge of the fire. The Eagle Creek fire killed no one. And the reason why is because so much of the land was protected. So the way that the National Scenic Area is set up of limiting development, I think it saved a lot of lives. It saved firefighters' lives, and it allowed the fire to burn. It allowed the fire to ecologically do the job that it needs to do. So our organization's a nonprofit. We are not a Forest Service agency. We're also not part of the search and rescue. So one of the things we did when the fire started is we put out a call for donations to the Hood River Search and Rescue. And these were the folks that were um, helping to rescue the 150 hikers that were trapped. In about 3 or 4 days, we raised $50,000 for Hood River Search and Rescue. And then what we decided to do as donations were coming in was that we were going to work with trail groups that wanted to rebuild the trails where trails were destroyed. But then we also were going to build a volunteer program so people could help recover the areas that have been burned, removing invasives and planting natives. Because once an area is burned, a lot of those invasive plants can just come in and take over if you're not careful. So we started creating a public stewardship land program out of the donations we received from Eagle Creek. And I think it created a whole level of new stewards. The woman that we hired to run that public lands campaign was a volunteer, young 20 something, who came to us as a result of the fire. We're a member organization, so we have people that are passionate and just committed to the work we're doing, and have people just saying, please don't stop doing what you're doing.